This is a pretty cool factoid. This from Dodger Insider. For the first time in 7 years, Clayton Kershaw is the National League Pitcher of the Month. For the first time in 6 years, the Dodgers have a National League Rookie of the Month in James Outman. The National League Rookie of the Month joining me now. James Outman, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us again. We just had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, but that was before you were named National League Rookie of the Month. Again, why have you been able to get off to such a hot start?
I have no idea. I'm just trying to put together good at bats, and that's it. But to answer the question why, I don't know. I think my teammates helping me out is probably the biggest thing, helping me stay relaxed.
You had mentioned staying relaxed. I had Kirsch on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he said, I asked him, I said, how much has James Outman impressed you? What do you like about the way that this kid goes about his business? And he goes, one of the funny things that he said to me is like, you know what, Kirsch, you're not as mean as I thought you were. You're actually a sweetheart. And then Kirsch goes, I can't remember the last time a man called me a sweetheart. Tell me more about your relationship with Kirsch.
Yeah, so he's like a couple lockers down from me, so I get little interactions with him all the time. But yeah, he's I'm pretty blessed to be able to play with him. He made his debut when I was like in Little League still, I think. So it's just pretty cool that I get to be on the same field and compete with him. But I try and pick his brains and talk to him as much as possible. I joked around that he was my hitting coach one day because we were talking about hitting. But yeah, I'm always trying to make him laugh because he's a legend. So I'm just trying to get on his good graces.
Yeah, he is a legend, and he's a very serious competitor. I remember one time I made the mistake. I had forgotten it was his start day, and I accidentally said hello to him before the game. I will never forgive myself for that. Anyway, okay. This is a club, James, that's put together a really good stretch, a perfect homestand. You guys just rattled off 6 straight wins. What has clicked the most for you so far?
I think I forget which game it was, but we had a game where we manufactured all our runs. So I think honestly, like our offense is just like really we're starting to click as a unit. Like not being, we're being really selfless and just moving the guy forward and trying to get the run in no matter which way possible. And you know, top of the lineup is starting to really turn it on right now too. They had an unbelievable series, and I think that's the biggest thing is we're playing good ball and everyone's contributing.
If you know anything about the club, of course, the Giants are the natural rivalry for the Los Angeles Dodgers, but in recent times, it has become more of a rivalry with the San Diego Padres. Obviously, a group of guys that you guys start a 3-game set with here tonight in San Diego. Have you learned much about that? The relationship between the two clubs, the kind of the fun animosity that they have between one another. Does this series get circled on your calendar?
Um, yeah, it was circled for me just especially after watching the playoffs last year. I've yet to experience it myself, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Keith Law of The Athletic, James, said that you are one guy that probably has, pluses in 4 different categories of your game. He likened it to a plus run, plus arm, plus power guy, plus defender. Out of those 4 things, what's the one thing you want to work on?
Um, I've been trying to work on my defense like so much every day. Um, I just think like that's really where I can like help the team win if I can make a nice catch at the wall or something like that, and stop runs because the other team can't win if they don't score any runs. So uh, I think defense is the thing that I'm always trying to improve. I'm always asking our other outfield. We got a lot of knowledge in the outfield. If you didn't know that, there's a lot of years of service time between everybody. So I've been asking a lot of questions, trying to get better.
Yeah, you mean you talked to Mookie Betts a little bit, Jason Hayward, Chris Taylor, some. Who do you talk to the most about it?
I've talked. It's just like little bits and pieces of everybody. I'm always talking to Mookie about like my throwing mechanics. I'm always talking to Peralta about like my ground ball mechanics when I'm taking ground balls. I'm talking to Jason about like decision making on like where to throw the ball and stuff like that. So it's just I'm taking little bits and pieces from everybody.
When you come up to the big leagues, are you pretty open to asking questions, or do you feel like you have to prove that you belong there, so you're a little bit more intimidated to ask? Do you find that it took you a while to ask questions?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like my first spring training, I was asking a lot of questions because that was just kind of the environment. Um, but then when I got called up last year, I just kind of had my head down. I was like, I'm just going to go to work and do my thing. But I definitely think like the more comfortable I'm around the guys, the easier it is to ask the questions and have that dialogue because they're just more. I have more time with them, so we need something to talk about.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show twice in a couple of weeks. Very well earned and very well deserved. It's been great to see you have success. I joked with you off camera that if Dave Roberts didn't put you on the opening day roster, I was going to riot. So good job, Doc. I appreciate you putting this kid on the opening day roster. Obviously, you deserve it. James, congratulations, and we wish you best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.